Manchester United fans versus Glazers. Let's go. Salam sejahtera and welcome to JomUnited. We are a Malaysian Manchester United fan channel. Yes, dengan bangganya Buatan Malaysia. If you are new to our channel, do the usual YouTube stuff. Please like our videos. Please comment below. Please subscribe. And this time around, please share this video with your friends because this, of course, it's a preview for the Liverpool game or whatnot. But then this is going to be an educational video for all the United fans, okay, in Malaysia, in Asia, in everywhere.
Okay, lama dah kita tak cakap pasal benda ni dah. The most important message of all. Telegram group, JomUnited kita ada Telegram group, tahu tak? Telegram group, semua boleh join. Rival tak rival. Yang penting you guys minat bola dan yang paling penting sekali respect each other. Tu link kat bawah tu. Kat bawah tu kita dah ada sediakan link. Masuk. Siapa-siapa boleh join. Tak kisah fan MU bukan MU boleh join. Masuk.
Janji jangan buat admin pijam marah. Janji.
Lama dah tak marah.
dah lama dah senyap lah. But anyway guys, we are at the eve of the biggest game. Okay, in English Premier League. Every year, I think all of us United fans, we actually look forward to this game. But this time around, extra special, okay, because due to all the special happenings, I think ever since the loss against Brentford that day, right, within this 1 week, right, so many things actually happened, all right. So we are actually saving up all our topics and whatnot, right, and then we finally got our VIP Smurf and also Pijal to join in, okay, because it's been a while since we last see you guys, so we are going to get as much information, your thoughts on today, all right. Okay, so to kickstart everything, okay, we have a comment here by Arfa Mirza. Glazers out. Hashtag Glazers out. Yes, today the main topic discussion, we are going to talk about Glazers out. Okay, the biggest event, biggest game, Liverpool against Manchester United. Yes, that is secondary. The main thing, we are talking about the Glazers out protest, which will be happening right before the game. Okay, so maybe let's just run through quickly, okay, because the most vocal guy about Glazers is obviously Smurf, all right, Smurf, so what's your take on the Glazers ownership so far?
What's my take? I've been saying it since the day he basically bought the whole club. He basically took the whole club. And as soon as Sir Alex Ferguson left and David Gill left, there was no control of the club. I mean, they were just clowns, basically not knowing what to do with the club, because at the end of the day, the only objective was milk the cow. United was the cow. United was their cow. They're just going to milk you dry. And now we are dry. They're just going to leave us bones at the end of the day. And with all the hypes about small stakes being, I mean, they were wanting to sell small stakes and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't buy it in the sense that, I mean, you're going to sell small stakes for what? What's the point of selling small stakes when you are still in control of the whole club? Because you are the majority stakeholder. I mean, it's simple mathematics. If you own 51% of the club, everyone combine 49% and say no, and Glazers say yes, it's still a yes. So at the end of the day, I'm just not buying about these small stakes. If somebody really want to buy us out, please buy the whole club. But please not be that Michael Nighthawk.
Okay, comment by Justin Sean. Hashtag Glazer.
Relegation.
Hashtag Glazer. Hashtag believe in Martial. Okay, that one is secondary lah today. Today, Vice President, today that will be secondary lah. Okay. I put my hands up. Okay, usually, right? Okay, like when we are talking about all these buying new players, the manager coming in and whatnot, right? In our group, when we are talking about all this kind of stuff, our WhatsApp group, Smurf is always the pessimistic one. He'll be saying that, no lah, that fella coming, he'll be a puppet and stuff. You know, most of the time I ignore, I feel a bit irritated and whatnot. But then, long and behold, it's true. From the first 2 games that we have seen so far, and so far in the transfer window, right until, I mean, the recent signing of Casemiro and whatnot, right? It was utter crap, right? Basically, like what Smurf was saying, the Glazers was trying their best to, to minimize the budget and whatnot, right? So whatever money extra they got, masuk pocket Glazers lah, right? So
Tampa Bay, masuk USA.
Okay, so Pijal, all right, let's okay, maybe let's track back a bit. Okay, before we get into the takeover and whatnot. Okay, let's talk about the Brentford game because I think that is pivotal to what happened. That defeat against Brentford, that 4-0 embarrassing defeat. Okay, and subsequently, what happened after that? We went into panic mode, our usual panic mode. Okay, with the 2 weeks left in the transfer window and whatnot. So we were actually linked with players like Rabiot and also Arnautovic and whatnot. So what's your take on that? That attempt to actually sign whoever at a cheap price.
Itu yang memang we can see lah how it has been like this. The trend tu memang kita dah nampak ever since the LVG tau. You can see that there's every season the way how to orang kata nak senyapkan, nak to shut up all these Man United fan regardless of whether is it in UK or is it in Malaysia or is it in the worldwide, how to shut up, just make one marquee signing. Unfortunately for this season, we don't have any marquee signing that want to come to United tau. So that's why dia kata okay lah, tak apalah kita tak dapat marquee signing, at least sign players yang have this experience playing in the Premier League kan. Contoh Arnautovic lah, macam cakap lah Arnautovic. Memanglah dia kata but he is still the star player dekat West Ham. Tahu, tapi still yalah macam cakap lah, even though regardless of the star player kat West Ham pun itu level West Ham lah, but for the United level, please lah, don't. I don't want to really sign this 30 years old and above punya players lah, because all I've been hearing hype about this Erik ten Hag or by young players, develop it. Tak apalah kita tak menang 1 or 2 seasons, tak ada title, but at least kita tahu dia boleh develop players. Hopefully by the third season time tu we can at least win some cups, or maybe yalah, we never know, maybe we challenge for the title kan. Itu yang memang berkata boleh trend lah, boleh nampak boleh trend. So we can see lah there's a shining light in terms of kita whatever happens with the situation right now. And club kita memang dah kucak-kacir, Champions League tak masuk, Europa League pun nobody's gonna play, nak main dekat club yang main Europa League kan. So it's a good sign lah, maksudnya memang tak ada player nak masuk, so at least we know the trending of Glazers out ni akan lebih louder, much louder. Maksudnya okay, enough is enough, it's time for Glazers to leave the club. Tu je.
Okay, comment by King Eric. Putting bankers in charge of football matters equals to 9 years of decline. I think that's more than 9 years. Is it more than 9 years?
No, they fully took charge of United. I mean, fully took charge of United. Yes, about what King Eric said, about 9-10 years fully in charge. Probably a little longer than that. But before that, they were just minority stakeholders. So it doesn't really matter. Yes.
Okay,
as soon as they bought us out, we were screwed.
So actually, the turnaround, the event that actually got us away from all this Rabiot deal. Of course, we weren't very competent in getting the deal done. Thank God lah. Okay, so Elon Musk actually came out jokingly said that he want to buy over Manchester United, and then subsequently, of course, let's not talk about the Michael Knighton stuff and whatnot lah, because I think most of us don't really buy into that lah. But then there's this guy called Sir Jim Ratcliffe. All right, this guy is probably one of the richest guy in the United Kingdom and whatnot. He actually came out to actually say that he is really interested to buy over Manchester United. Okay,
not over, small stake. If I'm not wrong, it's a small stake.
Yeah,
everybody wants to buy a small stake, but what's the point of buying a small stake? That's my point. You buy a small stake, Glazers are still in charge. When the Glazers say, I don't give a damn, I still want my bloody dividends come end of the season. You made money, you lost money, you get deeper into debt. I don't give a damn. I still want it. They still take it because they are the majority stakeholder. So what's the point?
No, but the thing is this. Okay, Smurf. Okay, if just say assuming and one thing just to highlight, right? This Sir Jim Ratcliffe, right? For him coming out like that, he actually wanted to buy Chelsea previously as well. So he has the cash. The cash is definitely there, and there's no bank loans, there's no nothing. I think he's worth 28 billion and whatnot. So Manchester United, peanuts, man. This is all peanuts for him, all right? So the cool thing is actually in conjunction with the protest, the Glazers out protest. Okay, fans are right up to here with the Glazers and whatnot. And then I believe Rob, he's sharing some of this stuff, all right? So hi guys, 3 hours until we meet at Tollgate for the biggest protest to date, all right? We are handing out flyers to everyone in our sections to ask them not to enter Old Trafford in the biggest game of the season as well.
Thank you, Rob.
This will actually right, be very, very impactful. Why? Because we can actually force a takeover. Previously, like the subsequent, the previous years when the ESL thing came to date and whatnot, that time we don't have actually anyone to actually have the cash to actually take over. But this time around, I believe Smurf, I believe our dreams of getting rid of the Glazers, right, it can actually happen, at least at a higher percentage and whatnot. So maybe what's your take?
Somehow I don't think so. These guys will actually leave the club unless they are really, really, really desperate and forced to leave the club. But looking at the situation of what's going on now, I mean, even if the match would not go on after this in the next couple of hours, about 4 hours from now, I mean, these guys are so thick-faced. Their skull is basically made of cement, probably, that they can't absorb anything into their brains, that they are not wanted in the club. They are bloody clowns. They're a bunch of clowns, and nothing is going to change. Put it away. For me, I don't think so. Anything is going to change because the Glazers are just stubborn. They're just idiots.
But we can actually see, right? The Glazers, they are actually threatened right now this time around. Why? Because we are talking about our budget. All this while we are talking about FDJ. We need to wait for FDJ before we can actually buy other players and what. But right now, we are throwing money like nobody's business. Maybe triple whatever budget that we have. You know, like now we already got Casemiro and whatnot. Okay. Then now there's the talk going on with we want to get Anthony at a price of not 80 million, bloody 100 million euros, which is about 70 million.
So don't you find that very, very foolish of the Glazers and the board of United?
Exactly.
No, you spend that amount of money for a 30-year-old player, Casemiro. I mean, no doubt, he is a fantastic player in his prime years. He is basically one of a beast. Put it that way, he's a beast. All right, you can ask Mr. Fred about that when he got kicked with the ball on his face during a Brazilian game. But nevertheless, put that jokes aside. I mean, how much did he cost United this season? And how much would Kamavinga have cost United last season or last 2 seasons? Hey, come on. Real Madrid are improving. They are basically bringing in youths to replace the older generation. Look, Kamavinga, 30 million. Tochimani, 80 million. We could have spent 30 or even maybe a little higher, 35, 40 million for Kamavinga, who is 19 years old today, probably 19, 20 years old, instead of a 30-year-old gentleman who is probably another 1-2 years of his prime, and that's about it. Why are we looking at short term? And why are we splashing out so much of money, 80 million, when we can probably have bought 2 Kamavingas if we went in for a bid previously?
That's the thing. Desperation from the Glazers. We all know that Glazers love money, but at this point in time, if just say they're willing to throw that much of money outright, something is rattled already. Definitely, they're scared already. Yes.
Why do you believe that this 300 million is coming from the Glazers? No, it's basically
it's
always been there. Correct.
This money actually memang dah ada pun sebenarnya. Basically memang diorang dah prepare pun, because you guys know lah, we have been it's a fact. Kita tahu bahawa all this while kita buy players basically is coming from the club himself, not because of the Glazers throwing money to us, and because all this while lah memang Glazers mana ada nak chip in the money kan. So you can say lah memang kita memang dah ada duit, cuma mungkin the focus tu Eric Ten Hag nak pada FDJ saja. Just fokus pada FDJ. Unfortunately, because of the situation dekat Barcelona semua tu, that's why maybe the focus tu cakap, tak apalah, aku tak kisahlah FDJ ni, mungkin carilah orang lain pula. Suddenly tuk Casemiro available. So, yelah.
So, okay, King Eric comments, sudden increase in budget. Maybe Glazers want to increase team value before committing a bigger sale down the road. Okay.
That would actually take years, King Eric. For me, I think that would actually take years. It's not going to be because you bring in players, Anthony or Gapco at 300 million, you spend 300 million. The share market of United, the price of United in the stock market is not going to shoot up sky high. We are not in the Champions League. We are going to go to the Europa League. We're probably going to get humiliated in the Europa League. We're going to get out of the league. We're probably going to get out of the FA Cup. I mean, we do not know. At the rate the team is going, I would say it's best to just walk over all games, get a fine at the end of the day by the FA, and probably get minus points, a penalty, minus points come end of the season. I think that will be more deserving than going into games and basically losing 4-5-0 against teams like Brighton, teams like Brentford. I mean, we have a new manager at the end of the day, but I don't see. I like Eric Ten Hag. I admire him of what he did in Ajax, but I don't feel this guy is fully in control of the club, and I'm sorry for him. I actually feel sorry for him because with the board, with the mentality of the United board and the owners, we are just going to go nowhere. And look, by bringing in, by splashing out 300 million or maybe 400 million, is going to be a world record in one season or break that record, for instance. We are not going to shoot the share market up. So the share market is still going to be there. We are actually on a low, to be honest, and the price of United is dirt cheap. I think it's dirt cheap, and Glazers would not want to sell it at a dirt cheap price.
Okay, comment by Rob. The Glazers are investing in the transfer market simply to put out some flames and keep the noise down. They cannot risk the whole of Old Trafford faithful turning on them. Right?
Yeah, it's a diversion. It's a diversion. Rob is so right.
Exactly. So to manage this, they increase the transfer budget and allow us to make some good signings. Why stop at 4? Exactly. Why stop at 4? We could have gotten, I mean, Anthony, yes, unproven and whatnot, definitely not worth 100 million, 80 million and whatnot, right? We could have actually gotten him way earlier in the transfer window for maybe like what, with Martinez, probably 70 mil, 80 mil done. So yeah, so
what
this
about a
is
right back? I mean, let's talk about a right back. I mean, since we are in a transfer topic at the moment, what about right back? What would you think? Do you think would actually be a suitable right back to bring in at the moment? 1, cheap. Number 2, who can play? Number 3, young. He can give us a good 6 to 7 years from now.
Smurf, I think we can actually throw out the cheap thing out of the window already. At this particular moment, right, desperation kicks in already. I believe, right, if we are going for a right back, most likely, probably, I'm not surprised if Dumfries actually comes in. This is one of the players that actually Eric Ten Hag actually
Dumfries is good, but he basically, I think he just joined a new club. That was last season ago after the Euros. He joined a new club. So after one season, you think he's going to leave his club now? No, I don't think so. So if you're going to go for somebody cheap, I have one person in mind. I mean, I've seen him play a little bit, and I feel he's young, he's talented. What about Max Aarons?
Max Aarons, we've been actually linked to him for quite a while. I think under Ole also,
and this guy is probably going to cost you what? Maybe at the inflation rate of the current moment, maybe what, 20, 30 million, for instance. His market price might be what, 20, 25 to 30 million. Why not go for a player like that? A player who can cross, a player who can defend, a player who is young.
We got a comment by Justin Sean. We want Munir. I think yeah, we are actually linked to him as well. So,
okay, tapi there's when aren't we going for Sergi Dance, the Barcelona right back?
Why didn't we go for Trippier? Why didn't we go for Trippier when he was available?
Ole was right. Ole wanted Trippier. Did you guys see that? But anyway, let's not sidetrack. Okay, let's get back into the topic first for now. So basically, what we are sharing with you guys out there, whether you are new United supporters, especially actually more to the newer United supporters and whatnot, the one that actually just watch the games for leisure, support your favorite players, hoping for a few goals here and there. Right? I'm actually pretty much put my hands up. I think probably a couple of years back also, I was pretty much a leisure football viewer and whatnot. I don't really dig deep into all of these kind of news and whatnot. But then you have to be aware, with all the social media and all the news coming out and whatnot, all right? Stay away from all these Manchester United evening news. Basically, they're all spun by the Glazers and whatnot to brainwash. That was what I actually started off with. Okay, then over time, when we got all these kind of certain forums, Twitters, groups and what talking and whatnot, we are actually educated. YouTube channels. That's why one of the reasons we started this. We are educated. We know what is actually going on behind the scenes and whatnot. All right. Usually those days, what I would actually think about is, we got this kind of place, we should be thankful. Oh, we got this kind of place, you should be thankful. Then to a certain point, the budget is 75 million net. Okay, so we must stick within this budget. But the thing that actually happened in the last 1 week, I mean, it should be an eye-opener to everybody. If the Glazers can actually change their budget from 100 mil to 200 mil, even to 180 mil, that is something that it doesn't really happen most of the time, So
I'm going to correct you, Dom. It's not their budget, yeah. It's not their budget.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the budget is merchandise. It's people like Pichal who's buying original jersey, Josh who's buying Maguire's original jersey. These are the contributors to these funds, not the Glazers.
The money is there. It's just that all this while the Glazers has not been utilizing the money to build back our football club, to rebuild our stadium, maintenance of our stadium, and of course to invest in our team. Okay, this time around when they are desperate, we can actually see the money that is actually there. Okay, the money in our vault or whatnot. It's all there. So this should be something that we must be aware of and whatnot. And don't be, the Glazers finally turn on a new leaf and whatnot. It's again a smoke screen and whatnot. So maybe a message to all of the United fans and whatnot. All right, if they want to sign All these players go ahead, we buy, we take, we are happy because end of the day, why? We want to see the football, the good football and whatnot. But bear in mind, the owners have to go. If not, there will be subsequent consequences coming in the coming season, right? Definitely, I'm sure they're going to cut corners after this. If just say all of these, how does it, protests and the fans they're not happy and whatnot. If all this thing dies down, right, they're going to go back to square one, or maybe it's going to be worse than this. Is it? So
Square
maybe
root
there
two.
could be summers whereby we don't have any signings and whatnot, and they will spin some kind of bullshit and whatnot, which we know that they are capable of doing with all of their PR team around, right? So okay, let me just run through a bit more of the comments. All right, they're talking about Ashraf Hakimi coming in.
Fantastic player. Bring him in.
This
He's
is the
PSG,
PSG guy, right? The one that
Yeah.
played the game. they were saying that
Why does he want to leave PSG?
Okay, that we have. Okay.
because PSG got problem.
Okay, one of the news. Okay, United have reached an agreement with Anthony. United are preparing an offer of 94 million euros to AX. I mean, this kind of no doubt, man. Okay, no doubt players come in. It fits Ten Hag profile. Ten Hag wants him, lah. Right. So, Pija, I'm just gonna ask you, lah. With this kind of price tag on a player, right? Based on our experience, right? Do you think this is a good thing for the player?
Nope.
Pressure and whatnot.
Like I said, if I really want a very high profile, high price punya player, let's just go for the best one rather than we go for the potential one. No, because if you want to spend like 90 millions or 80 millions, just go for the already established superstars. No, I don't want like nanti kita spend 90 million nanti suddenly the price tag and the expectation. See lah what happened with Pogba for example. Nanti kan siapa tu si Anthony datang, nanti bila dia tak jadi kan the Graham Souness, all these pundits even some of us also say alah but spend 90 million tapi pandai buat apa, pandai timbang bola je. Nanti nak shooting depan, nak cross bola semua tak reti. So we hope, that's why I said lah, I'm a bit disappointed with what happens in the transfer window because my expectation, we are not gonna be spending more than 30 million per player. Unfortunately, yelah dah jadi, so macam like memang totally frust lah because of yelah the situation kan. Itulah dia.
Justin mentioned no problem with the player, but the price tag, oh my god, this is sickening. Okay,
Yep.
King Eric mentioned, wow, 94 million managed to get discount. Apparently, Vendesa actually helped nego a bit. All right, we got member price a bit discount about like what 10 million or something like that. Don't know how far it's true lah. Okay. Okay, there's this comment. Wait, let me search for this comment. Gotta read out. Saving it for now. Wait, where is it? Kat mana lah?
Atas.
atas.
Okay, this one. Hello, Arsenal dah rasa season lepas apa yang Man U rasa sekarang. Salam dan fan Arsenal. Brother, I know you guys are flying high and whatnot. Enjoy for the brief moment and whatnot lah, right? Because it's not going to be for long lah, right? Your fans,
let me just put in something to this
lah. Throw Arteta underneath the bus, all right? Your what?
Let me put in something to this, dog. Do you notice in regards to Arsenal, they always have an expiry date. When it comes to Christmas, that's when they expired. Come to the New Year, that's when they get screwed. So enjoy yourself, Tanjiro, because Christmas will come soon.
It's not going to last for long. I'm just waiting for the day that it's going to be Arteta out and then you'll start whining, bitching and moaning and whatnot. All right, it happened so many times around. This time around, it's not going to be any different. All right, no doubt there's slight improvement, Gabriel Jesus and whatnot, but just wait lah. It's only 3 games in only, bro. So
come on lah. Last season also we win 3 games bro. Last season pun kita menang 3 games. See what happens. Bila GOAT datang, habis.
Hey, please.
Christmas comes early lah. Christmas means
Arsenal. Okay, so all right. One question by Justin. So how many of you miss Ralph Ragnick? So Pijal, do you actually miss Ralph Ragnick? Do you think
no?
No. Wait, chill lah. Wait, you see, right? If just say, you know what you actually mentioned just now, we actually could have gone for players. You would actually expect us to go for players with worth like 30 mil and whatnot. So I think that would actually fit the philosophy, the transfer market philosophy of Ralph Ragnick. The players that he knows, the contact that he actually has, capable players and whatnot. Of course, no doubt it will be in the German league, but not so different from the Dutch also. I mean, we are basically raiding the Dutch league for players now, right? So what's your take, Spija?
Dah Ralph Ragnick great in press conference, but rubbish on the field. Dan, bye-bye lah. I don't need that. Enough. 6 months enough. Nanti kan another season nanti botak kepala ni. Nampak ni? Hilang dah.
Okay, so
But seriously, but are you guys missing Ralf Rangnick? You guys believe that if Ralf Rangnick and Erik ten Hag is working together right now, we're gonna get cheaper player, maybe
yes, no doubt.
a good
Options.
player.
Options.
Yes.
Pijal, we definitely got options. No doubt. Let's not talk about the press conference. I know Doc is not here, but he'll be saying this guy is the king of the press conference and whatnot. But what we actually want is actually options. Now, again, we are raiding the Dutch league, okay? The experience of Erik ten Hag, the players that he actually knows is from the Dutch league. So at least we have another option. Timo Werner actually went back to RB Leipzig, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, right? And we are actually linked to him, but he actually snuck us for that move, right? So maybe if that kind of player actually fit our profile, I think Ralf Rangnick would have actually got him over the line to play at United. That's my take on that.
Did he snub us, or were our board just incompetent and went too late?
That one was, it could be that, because that happened actually before the so-called takeover one happened lah. So
yeah, I don't think so.
Probably.
Did we bid for Werner? I don't think so. We did bid for Werner.
Probably so.
Yeah,
because we were caught up. We were caught up with Rabiot, the Rabiot deal, is it?
We are still thinking about FDJ lah.
FDJ. Okay. One thing I'm very, very happy, because we don't have to talk about FDJ today, and we don't have to talk about GOAT. Although Pijal mentioned GOAT just now, alright, we are not going to talk about GOAT today, alright?
So, but Casemiro came out and say that he's basically looking forward to play with the GOAT. So, yeah, what's the problem?
Apparently, Varane was on the phone with him every day, like what Bruno did last year. Every day, datang lah.
The only thing good about Bruno is basically Bruno is good in wasting time, whether we are winning the game or we are losing the game. He goes down. He doesn't care about the scoreline. If we are chasing the game, he still go down and waste time. That's the only good thing about Bruno. This guy has not been assisting the club since February or March this year. How many games have passed by? So what Bruno? I mean, put him out the door.
No, either he save this for tomorrow. Save your rant for tomorrow. I think whatever that you just said could be actually applied tomorrow lah. So you copy paste lah. You watch back this video, then you take the points for tomorrow lah when we do our post-match discussion.
Tapi yes, I agree dengan these answers by King Eric. If you really want to be a good sporting director, you should have been during November last year. Bukannya datang November jadi interim, bla 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 bla.
Dan siapa yang jadi interim masa tu? If just say he straight away take the sporting director role, he was supposed to be promoted, so-called to the sporting director role after he complete his interim. But then with certain fans around, dari kutuk dia, member pun tak shock terus belah. That is the thing.
No, but maybe he want to play his game smart and well as well. He's not going to commit into a club which is basically in a hot soup. He do not want to commit as a manager to the club. So probably he might have played his cards very, very well. And then when shit hit the ceiling at the end of the day, when when ETH came in, for him, he just couldn't take the nonsense. He exposed a lot of things. That's good of him. He exposed a lot of things and he said, okay, goodbye. I'm going off. I can't take this. There's no future in this club for him. The club is not going to help him to build him. As a sporting director, for instance, he will be overridden by the board. He will be overridden by the Glazers, by the owners. So what's the point of being there? If you're just going to be a puppet, might as well hire a puppet or put a robot there. China is good at making a lot of robots here. Get a robot and put it there.
Norway also apparently.
No, but unfortunately, the country is, the world is lacking of some microchips and stuff like that due to some unforeseen reasons. So robot is coming a little late lah.
That's why Elon Musk can actually come in and reprogram the
Elon Musk, the only good thing about him is he found space in the middle of of Old Trafford. Where our midfield couldn't find any space, he found the space. He probably programmed Enquiries to be a world-class defender.
Okay, guys, before we jump into the short Liverpool preview, right, let's just run through this comment by Justin Sean. What you guys think about this current transfer window? Okay, let's just put the Glazers thing aside. Let's just talk about the players, right? Casemiro, Gakpo, and Anthony is next. Apparently so. How will this affect the season? And also, let's throw another name in, FDJ. Apparently, they're still interested in FDJ with the latest news coming from I think from a Dutch source, saying that United is still actually interested with FDJ. So with these players coming in, okay, let's start with Smurf first. How do you think will actually affect our
So I
team
think
in
Gakpo or Anthony is an all. It's not going to be an and.
now, yeah, that I mean, Fabrizio actually mentioned probably is a backup at the moment right. So
Yeah, I
assuming
think it's going to be all. And I mean, I admire the enthusiasm that Anthony is putting in to actually come into United, the way he's basically coming. I mean, handling the case. He really wants to be a United player,
yes.
which I really respect and admire. Casemiro, like I said, a good player, but almost expired. I think it's a bad buy because we could have gone for players like Kamavinga, like I mentioned earlier. We still have to improve on our right back. And also, no doubt, I think, I'm sorry to say, but David De Gea, I mean, put it this way, not to say I want him out. It's either that somebody comes in to challenge him for the spot. There's no given spot anymore. No more given spot. Challenge for the spot. If that somebody is better than you, you have to leave the club, or you have to accept a pay cut and become the second player of United.
Already. I think he already voluntarily reduced his wages to like 200 something, if I'm not mistaken.
But you don't want to pay a second tier goalkeeper 200 something, right? So if, for instance, somebody does better than him and somebody basically holds the line and more clean sheets than him, if he has to drop to the bench, you got to take a pay cut. If you don't take a pay cut, then you have to leave. So, I mean, these are the positions that I look at it at the moment. So, for me, back to Justin again, Casemiro, goodbye, a little too late. We could have did better. We could have gone for better players, cheaper price, younger players who would last us for the next 6 to 7 years. And if Glazers was smart enough or the board was smart enough, then it's going to add on value to the player. And when they want to sell the player, it hikes the price. So that's why you earn some money from there. So for me, that's for Casemiro. Anthony or Gakpo, I think Anthony, I would prefer him because he has been pushing for a change to us. Now focus on the right back and also the goalkeeper position. This is important.
Goalkeeper, I think we can actually go with a live chat. Maybe you guys can share because we are actually linked with a couple. Even what is the guy's name? The guy can save penalty. Them kawan. What's his name? Cruel. I think. Cruel. We were actually linked with him as well. And then a couple of names actually came up on Twitter right before we came live. So we are actually linked with a goalkeeper. Fabrizio Romano actually mentioned that 100% we are going to get a goalkeeper as well. So my question, Pijal, Casemiro coming in CDM. All right, we undoubtedly one of the better CDMs. I can say one of the best, top 3, top 2 or whatnot. Right. So coming in, right, we've been actually asking for a CDM and whatnot. But initially in the transfer window, right, Eric Ten Hag actually he wasn't going for a pure CDM. He was actually going for Frankie De Jong. All right. So now with this kind of signing coming in, how do you think that this will actually affect the play, the system of Eric Ten Hag? Because prefer playing in the high line and whatnot. So what's your take on that?
Maybe a bit, but I don't think it's gonna affect too much because I have to remember we have Eriksen now. Eriksen to be players that akan main this FDJ punya style in terms of bringing the ball from the defense to the forwards line. So hopefully Eriksen and hopefully ni ideally memang harap sangat Bruno at least can change his mindset, his focus, no more tantrum here and there. So these two players are gonna be a key players together with Casemiro hopefully. Kan? Maksudnya bila dah ada Casemiro ni, at least these two players Eriksen and also Bruno can focus more on the attacking sides of it. Maksudnya dia boleh how to bring the ball from defense to forward. Yalah macam cakap lah previously kalau ada FDJ mungkin dia tak perlukan CDM kan, but you know lah. But you never know, mungkin we still have like 10 days of transfer window. Maybe FDJ datang kan last minute kan. Tiba-tiba lah ada credit card siapa entah terlepas.
Jangan jadi Josh lah, please.
Credit card kita, bro. Credit card kita punya duit. That is our money actually. It's all money. Alright, this one. Okay, before we move into the Liverpool preview, one more. Maguire to Chelsea. Anyone throwing a party for this?
No, but at the end of the day, you can't throw the party. You know why? What I heard today or what I read today is basically United do not want to sell Maguire, and I don't understand why. Why don't we want to sell him? Nobody wants to buy him, and now all of a sudden there is a club who is in the Champions League who can attract this clown to go there. But why do United want to hold this back? So sorry, Justin, we can't celebrate. We can't celebrate because the board, like I said, the board and the owners are still making football decisions for Manchester United. I mean, initially, Eric Ten Hag was saying that no, he's probably not even going to give Maguire the captaincy or retain Maguire the captaincy. After 2-3 weeks, the whole story turned and said, "Oh, Maguire is the best candidate that we have, and we will go with him," and so forth. I mean, logically, do you think basically this is basically influenced by the board, influenced by the owners? On top of that, there was also a rumor. I'm not so sure how true it is that certain players in United are basically really pampered, that they have a certain plan to achieve throughout the season, such as Maguire, such as Rashford, such as Bruno, for instance, because they have to play a certain time. Pijal, you look quite blurred. They have to play a certain time, and it's probably in their contract or basically in the unwritten contract or unspoken terms, for instance. So, I mean, if the board and the owners is still going to manage day-to-day football business, the Eric Ten Hag, I'm really sorry for him, and sorry, Justin, there's no point of celebrating because Maguire is not going to go. They're going to keep their bloody 80 million treasure there.
Okay, I nak tambah sikit regarding the transfer window kan. The most, for me, I'm disappointed that we are not focusing on the defensive group lah. Maksudnya kita banyak fokus pada Anthony lah, kita nak go for Gakpo is an attacking player kan. Gakpo lah. I think we have enough firepowers. Tahu, the problem for this season, we are leaking too many goals. Tahu, because I'm sure lah kalau siapa-siapa main striker kan. Kalau you main striker, you nampak bola bocor banyak, you pun jadi demotivated. So that's why it's important that we focus more on the defensive side for this transfer window. Unfortunately, kita dah dapat tu. Macam semua cakap lah, for me, I prefer we focus more on the right back because right back, Dalo, rubbish as always. And then when Bisaka cannot go forward. So you kata hopefully for this another 10 days ni, just go get another right back lah.
What about the goalkeeper?
Goalkeeper as well. We are
Goalkeeper,
definitely
I don't think is it macam George cakap, is an important position but the not most important right now tu je.
Yeah, that I would agree. But if he were to still do mistakes like what he did against the last game, I think this is going to become a priority soon.
True. But I mean, come on lah, for this season okay lah kot mungkin. But for next season then
comment by James, it's evident that the upper hierarchy practices favoritism towards players like Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Rashford. And just to add on one thing,
Shaw and McTominay was the other ones. Yes, correct.
One thing just to add on to Smurf is because one thing is the World Cup coming up. So I'm sure that these players, they want to play for their country, they need to play for their club. Right?
So because they want to play for their country, so they will play for their club and basically screw their club with the time and the favoritism given to them. I think this is basically not fair. What is this? Is this a business or is this a football game?
This is a business. Like what we've been run so far, this is a business. This is what is going on. This is the reality of it. That's why it's very important. Hopefully,
I mean, what's it got to do with McTominay? He's Scottish.
Hey, we have the Godfather. Godfather is Scottish.
Okay, this comment. What are the odds of FDJ coming? Seems like the board have already blew the budget for Casemiro, Anthony potentially leaving no budget for. I think there's no such thing as the budget for this window anymore already. Whatever you talk about, right back, keeper, whatever, I think this time around, Glazers is going to give us a feast of players to come us down. But then accept the players, accept the gifts. But bear in mind, those asswives, those assholes gotta go. They need to go, all right? Keep that in mind. They never
I still don't believe that the Glazers is going to take out 300 million and splash on these players. As you can see, the transfer market is coming closer to an end. They talk for days on Anthony. When was Anthony's story? When was FDJ's story started? Sancho took 2 seasons to join us. They are going to drag this towards the end and say, yeah, we are trying to do something, but players can't come. The other clubs are not releasing them. We cannot agree on agent fees and all the grandmother stories we're going to hear. At the end of the day, who you're going to get? You're going to probably get one player you never heard of before. And you can say, sorry, we got to deal with this. And at the end of the day, we didn't splash a big amount of money at the end. So this is, for me, smoke screen. It's a smokescreen. It's buying time.
But this time around, I'm a bit more optimistic about this lah, because of the timing of the protest and whatnot. With 10 days left, I believe it's going to have a huge impact on what is going to happen in the next 10 days. So I'm not surprised if FDJ actually comes in, a keeper actually comes in, a right back actually comes in.
I'm sorry, you said FTJ coming in?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
Are you sure?
Because this
Okay, wait.
drama, right? This drama,
This season or next season?
this
Or
season, definitely this
basically,
season. I'm going to
this
say now,
season.
because this FDJ saga, right? It has to end. Either way, it has to end. I don't think he's going to create trouble at Barcelona as well. He's not going to be. And then I think apparently the last game he played crap and whatnot as well. So the fans are turning on him and whatnot with all the drama going on in their club. I think their management there is also pissed off with him. He don't want to take a pay cut and whatnot. He has to make a decision already. Right? I don't think with his stand all this while that he said he don't want to take a pay cut, I don't think he's going to take a pay cut. So it's either he's going to move to United or he's going to go to Chelsea. So I'm going to bet.
And looking at it, which club basically has the better magnet for him now? Playing in the Champions League. It's Chelsea, who has a new owner now. The new owner will want to make a statement. He will splash the money if he hears that United bid of 90 million or maybe 120 million accepted for FDJ, for instance. This joker will bid 135 because he wants to make a statement for the club.
Right now, right? Okay, I mean, this is a United channel, but Chelsea, right, they're looking at Fofana, right? That is like 70, 80 million. And they need a bloody striker. They need a striker right now. So this priority, right? Their midfield, no doubt, Kante is injured and whatnot, but then they have their midfield, strong midfield going on already. So maybe this is third in their list. So for us right now, FDJ is our priority signing and whatnot. So if end of the day, if just say when it comes to these terms, I really believe with all the points that we talk about, right? He's going to come to United. If he's moving out of Barcelona,
FDJ our priority signing.
Yes,
he is. FDJ our priority signing after bringing Casemiro to basically be in the
Casemiro, right? Casemiro is a smoke screen just for us to, world class CDM. Oh, you want CDM? I give you CDM. Just then after that, the FDJ thing, everything all die down. It's just a distraction and whatnot. But end of the day, from the start of the transfer window, even in May, we were talking about FDJ until we got bloody bored of it and whatnot, right? So, oh my God, we're already 42 minutes in, and then haven't even talked about the Liverpool preview. Right? We are supposed to talk about the Liverpool preview, right? All right, a quick one. All right, Smurf, how do you think that we are going to line up against Liverpool? Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, are you going to stick with your prediction that the peaceful protest is going to turn a bit rowdy and they are going to cancel off the game? What's your take?
I think we got to teach Glazers a lesson as well, and sometimes we got to suck it up and take it in that. We just got to suck it up, lah. Somehow, I hope that the game gets cancelled. Peaceful protest, no one injured, no one gets hurt, no fights, no nothing. It's peaceful protest, that the game gets cancelled. United would actually be fined by the FA for basically abandoning the game. 3 points to Liverpool. Yes, I'm sorry. But realistically, yes, I think I'll give them the 3 points. Take the 3 points and go, walk away. And come end of the season, probably even minus points because of the incident that happened from whatever points we have. Because now 0, we can't go negative 3. So end of the season, after Sudah go maybe 30, 40 points, we minus 3 from there. So I would actually rather see that to put a statement to the Glazers. Because if you're going to go for protest you go for protest today for what actually? What's the objective? The objective is for the game not to go on. We don't want the game to go on. And it's not because we are afraid of playing Liverpool, but we want to send a statement. We got to suck it up. We want to send a statement to the Glazers that say, come on, if you're not going to sell us, then this is going to be continuous. So either you sell us on a loss or just abandon us and just get lost. I just want you to get lost, that's all.
Yeah, and then just bear in mind that this is the biggest game of the season, all right? Everyone is watching this game. The whole world is watching this game. So the statement, like what Smurf is saying, this is the best time, the right time to actually do it. So maybe it's a good idea for us to take a blow, 2 steps back, and hopefully subsequently it's going to be 1,000 steps forward, all right? So Pija, what's your take? Do you think that this game will go on? And if the game does go on, how would you line up Manchester United?
I think definitely the game will go on lah. Even macam saya kata lah, but deep down I really want the games to go on because I just want to watch football game. 8 days weh tak tengok game MU. Boring gila siut. So that's why whatever it is, I hope the game is gonna go on, and as usual lah, I don't, like I said, I don't really care about the results, because all I want to see is a different style of play, a different style of tactics, a different from the previous regime. Tu je.
Siapa?
The different owner, please.
What regime you're talking about, and what kind of style of football that we have been playing with Liverpool before this? Peter, please enlighten some of our younger audience yang tak pernah tengok game. Please share.
Tak apalah. Boleh tengok tahun lepas punya live show yang pernah kita buat dulu tu kan.
So just
Nanti
to
sharing
add on
kat bawah.
just to add on to what Pijal actually mentioned, right? Previously, we were playing very pragmatic style of football, 5 at the back, defensive, hit on the counter, which doesn't really work, right? So this time around,
That's
The
really
one under
work.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, is it?
Final.
The one under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, is it?
the one under this guy. I'm still keeping this guy around. Just to remind Pijal.
Dia tak
Hey,
move
but
on
put it
lagi.
that way, OGS didn't actually do a bad job. I mean, to get second, like what Jose Mourinho mentioned, he did an amazing task. We probably didn't understand what was going on back doors at that time. But after years have passed by, yes, he looked clueless, so forth. But coming second with that team, with Paul Pogba sulking every single game, I think this guy is either he's born with a miracle in him, or he's just a miracle worker. But yeah, that's all I have to say about OGS.
Generally, I think United fans are right. Comment by Nicholas, 3 AM tidur lah Pija. Justin tidur je lah. Tomorrow morning 1-0 win to United. And who is going to score, Justin? Please share your predictions with all our friends in the live chat. Okay, maybe.
Hey, Justin, I understand you got to go to work tomorrow, right? I think you better go off now.
Guys, assuming the game goes on, right? Score prediction. All right, a quick one. Smurf, assuming the protest, the game didn't get cancelled. All right, what would you predict the score will be?
Score prediction. Yeah, we're playing at home. Our home is no longer a fortress. I'm sorry, but I think at best, we'll probably draw the game. At best, win is. I don't think so. We'll win very sadly. At best, we will probably draw the game. But to be honest, I think that Liverpool might niche this game from us. Just being very honest about it. Not going to be deluded. Yeah, they might niche this game from us.
Sean Wyman, McTominay will score 1-0 to United. SK static, Liverpool win 3-0. Okay, Pija, final input from you. What's the score prediction?
Dear Liverpool fan, tomorrow you guys will be staying below United, okay?
Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna win 2-1. If we lost, then tag me on YouTube channel this year, okay? Tag me if we lose, okay?
Comment by Eddie's channel 4-1. 4-1 siapa? 4-1 siapa?
4-1 siapa, Eddie?
You gotta clarify. Normally this kind of 4-5 one,
4-1 is very simple. 4-1. Who is home? Home is 4. 1 is opponent. So Eddie's trying to say that United is going to win by 4 goals to 1.
The same team that actually lost 4-0 to Brentford. So this one is confusing. Don't play with my emotions, bro.
Okay, now Dom, you actually confusing me. Can you give us your prediction finally?
Pandai lah.
Kau jangan pergi lalang sekarang. You give us your prediction, bro.
Okay,
Dom, we are all waiting for your prediction.
Adman Lukman, Nurul Hakim 2-1 for Manchester United. Anthony Martial will score 1-1. Salah also will score 1-1. It's going to be a draw 1-1. But Martial is going to score. Martial is going to turn up. Stay tuned for that. Wake up 3 AM just to watch Anthony Martial at his best. Okay, you can cut this, you can clip this, okay? Okay, guys, with that, thank you so much for joining us, all right? It's been fun, Smurf, Pijal, all right? So we'll see you guys in the next episode. Good night.